Hi, this is Jessica Paiska, and today we're doing the Power of Community interview at the Ripe Choice Farm out here on Soda Bay. So I am here with Mark and Tammy Lips, who just bought the farm, used to be known as Dancing Polly, and Supervisor Tina Scott, because even though it feels like we're in Kelseyville, we're really in District 4. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to kind of show you the farm that the Lips have bought and introduce them to you. So Mark and Tammy, do you want to say hi and introduce yourself and kind of give us a little background on where you're from and why you chose Lake County?
Go for it, honey.
Okay. Yes, we moved here, bought the farm in March and moved here from Manhattan Beach, which is about 30 minutes south of LA. Lived there for 24 years, raised our children there at the beach, and we're at a place where we're looking to do something different, but not sure what. We didn't even know about Lake County before this, and long story short, I opened an email that was sent to professional chefs, caterers, event people about this space that was up for sale. So I opened that email and it was like a light bulb went off. I fell in love with it. I sent it to Mark, showed it to him. We both agreed we needed to take a look. It was really kind of a fluke, and I'm so glad it happened. Some of the best things in life happen that way. So we came up to see it and ended up making an offer, and here we are.
Yep. I was, and it was a good time for me. I had been involved politically in our area. I had taken early retirement from the TV business, which I'd been in for almost 30 years. And I even, as part of my retirement, ran the Manhattan Beach Chamber of Commerce for a couple of years. So yeah, we were ready for a change. We were ready for some excitement to, put a little danger back in our lives. And coming up here, we fell in love with it after we visited. And we visited first in November. So it wasn't even in full bloom in terms of seeing the crops and the vines full with grapes and all of that. And so, but we stayed at Sweets on Main, and we ate at the Salt Shop, and we ate at Blue Wing, all of those places, and just really, really loved the place. And by the way, I've had other people who've moved up here in the last year or so say the same thing. The one common thing that we always say, and it really is true, and I guess if you live here, you don't really feel it as much as when you first come here, but everyone was so nice and giving when we first came up, to this day. And everybody has said that. They find it's remarkable. It's enough that when people come here from out of the county, moving or otherwise, because we have an Airbnb too, they remark on how nice everybody is here in Lake County and giving, and that it really is a big secret. A lot of people are not aware, and we've got to get the word out.
Yeah, so thanks. And Tina, this is your district, and have you been to this farm before? And even Mark and Tammy, when I told them that they were actually in your district, were surprised. And I know a lot of people are a little bit confused sometimes on where the supervisor boundaries are, but maybe you could talk a little bit about this area and how you like to support the businesses here, and if you've been to this farm before.
Well, I haven't. It's almost embarrassing that I haven't been out here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm almost actually thinking about seeing how I can maybe rent out some space, because this would be a whole lot better sitting out here than the office I have at home, sitting there for hours on end. But you're right. We are in Lakeport, not the city limits. We're outside the city limits of Lakeport. But District 4 and District 5 share the Big Valley Basin, where most of our agriculture is grown here in Lake County. So that's one thing that we do have in common. We're right here, and as the lines may be moving soon, I know further down the road, this used to be District 5, not this far down, but further down. So who knows where the lines are going to be moving the next time after the census comes out. But you're right, it does feel like you're in Kelseyville. We are a rock's throw away from Findlay and Kelseyville, but we're all in this together, right? All Lake County. So here we are.
So give us a little kind of virtual tour. We're all sitting in different locations around the farm. I am on the porch of the old farmhouse looking out over the orchard here. And Tammy, Mark, could you kind of explain what else is on the property and where everybody is sitting, and this house too? My gosh, how old is this house?
Well, I'll take that one because I love that house so much. The house itself is 116 years old. And it's just kind of, it's what the first thing that you see when you drive onto the property and turn left. It's just kind of one of those, it strikes you, I think, and it struck me, and I fell in love with that picture. But so you're on a beautiful 116-year-old porch. And over here where I am, I'm actually in the barn in our commercial kitchen. Our barn is a beautiful barn event space with a fully licensed commercial kitchen inside. Above the barn is a beautiful loft. That's our Airbnb space. And I'll let Mark talk about where he's sitting.
I am sitting on a portion of the big lawn, and I have the small vineyard in front of me and the barn behind me, as well as there's an orchard. We have a 1-acre orchard. We have 2 small vineyards. By the way, these vineyards, David Weiss manages the bigger vineyard, the Merlot, but the Lake County Symphony Wine Club manages our small vineyard, and they also harvest the grapes from the Merlot vineyard. So it's about 2 acres of vineyards. And they will be making wines out of those that they will use to pour at all of their fundraisers whenever we get back to having fundraisers. And so it's great that we've been able to connect with the Lake County Symphony Wine Club too. We've met a lot of good people. They've come out here and they've just really taken this vineyard to heart. And like Tammy said, 1904 farmhouse has the water tower, which right now, I think that's where our feral cats are living. But someday we'll convert that into a living space, which would be very cool. And we hope some grandkids, are you hearing that, kids? We hope some grandkids will move in, will be able to play in there. But no, and we have chickens in the back. We have 5 chickens, those are my girls. And we have a 100-pound tortoise that's running around here somewhere that we rescued a few weeks ago. But it's lovely to wake up here and any time of year. And because we've pretty much covered all the seasons now that we, between visiting here and living here, it's just a lot of fun. But, and yes, Tina, we can work out some sort of what is that? The workspace, rental workspace business concept. Maybe that's the new business concept we need to have. We rent out spaces for people to set up temporary offices.
Yeah, because you can definitely social distance as we're showing here, and
yeah.
You can and be able to enjoy this beautiful view. And I'm still waiting for that tortoise to come by. So.
Yeah, and also part of your rent would be pulling weeds.
Oh, I don't know if I would do that. Or just take care of the weeds.
So this is a completely different lifestyle for you. You raise your kids on the beach, and now you have chickens and tortoises running around. So completely different lifestyle, and I'm so happy that you've embraced Lake County. And you know, the 4 seasons here are really incredible, and I think you're going to enjoy the rest of the fall and the rest of the winter. You actually moved here in March, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about launching a new business, jumping off a cliff into a pandemic.
Wow. Well, we literally moved in days before the shelter-in-place order, and yes, that was not part of the business plan. So that presented its own challenge, but we were still in a way blessed to be able to be here when it happened, because this couldn't be a better place to shelter in place. It gave us a little bit more time to learn the farm, move in, to get settled, to figure out the irrigation and how that's all supposed to work. I mean, we're not farmers. We've never been farmers before. And just really kind of feel comfortable. It was also great because our children, who several of them, one was away at college and the other two were working in industries that were completely shut down, and no future work in sight for a while. So they got to come up and shelter in place with us for a while too. So it was actually a lovely time to kind of make this space home again, for them as well. They've never lived here. They didn't grow up here. And now they're in love with the farm as much as we are. As far as starting the business, we knew we would just have to, you know, put on new hats and figure out what we can do at this point. So it took a couple of months, but we're able to eventually, because we do have this commercial kitchen on site, and I'm a full service caterer and have been for the last 20 years in LA, figured out what we are allowed to do. So we started off by creating a shelter in place menu that we would deliver to people contact free. And that's how we began to actually start rolling with any kind of business and introduce ourselves to the community that way, so they would know that we are even out there. Also a great way to drive and deliver, to see what's around us. But it really started rolling once we were able to do that, and kept us very, very busy. And then the Airbnb as well has been book solid since we've been able to do that as well. So that keeps us very busy on the farm at the moment.
I thought when we came to the farm, there was a switch somewhere. You turn the farm on, but no. I had to find irrigation, had to repair irrigation tears, and it was great though. The learning curve is what keeps us young, right? Anytime we can keep learning and keep experiencing new things and meeting new people, I think that helps keep us alive and energetic, and keeps the spirit there. And so this has been, for me personally, it's been a great time. And especially it was a blessing, like Tammy said, the kids, how often when you have older children, do they get, other than holidays, do they get to spend an extended amount of time with you where you're not having to run them off to a soccer game or a little league game or something like that, but actually, you know, we were doing family movie nights, we were doing family dinners, of course, and family game nights, and two of them had their girlfriends with them, and so it was just playing croquet. And the footprint is large enough where everybody could get away and be on their own, have a picnic with their girlfriend, or we come out here and, you know, and stretch your legs and things like that. So it wasn't like, I think we would have been going crazy if we'd been at the beach, because you know, you're on the beach and everybody's really right on top of each other. And I think I would have been going crazy. But so I think we lucked out. And we're getting to know so many people, and have gotten to know so many people, just like meeting you guys. Jessica, we met at the farmer's market, which I got to say, you're the most unassuming politician I've ever met. You would never know that you're running for office. You don't have that climb across the desk, vintage politician sort of personality. And so that struck me and was endearing for me to you from the get-go, because you just seem so real and honest. And then I heard from other people some of the things you've been through with the house burning down and the fires. And I mean, you know, when we're talking about the issues that face Lake County, what we're hearing about, you've lived through them. So you kind of know it firsthand because you've experienced it, you know. So kudos to you. And you certainly have if we were in District 5, you would have our endorsement.
Well,
and thank you for introducing us to Tina.
Thank you. And it was lovely to meet you at the farmer's market and buy some of your amazing cookies. Tina, you know, our economy has really been struggling through this pandemic, and we've lost quite a few restaurants in Lakeport, quite a few shut. So how are you looking at caterers and pop-up restaurants as opportunities to fill that need for people who really want to still celebrate, want to have great food. I know this has come up at a few board meetings. So what are your thoughts on how this is going to play out and we can really successfully promote and support our new business owners like the Lips here?
Well, as you know, we're in a completely different time right now. Whoever thought we would have been here? And, you know, I feel for the businesses that just couldn't make it here when the pandemic hit. And I don't think it was just the pandemic. I think it was the fact that we had the PSPSs, we had the evacuations, and it was just one thing on top of another thing that they just couldn't make it. But the businesses that are there now, and they're thinking outside the box, trying to figure out how they can continue making their food and giving it to people and in a safe way. So we have many on Main Street in Lakeport and actually all around the county that have, you know, set up booths outside and canopies so we can social distance and still be able to and have that dine out experience and enjoy that. And lots of takeout. I know for myself, we do a lot of takeout because I've been working and my husband's been working, and it's right now it seems Renee's is our go-to place because we have teenagers at home and you can get milkshakes there to go. So it's definitely, we're going to have to rethink all this and how we do things. And definitely, you know, I didn't even know that you guys were doing the home delivery foods. So I think that is absolutely amazing that you came here and try to figure out how you can continue, you know, getting your word out and your food out. And that's just really exciting. And that's what we need to do. And we need to support each other. We need to make sure that we're supporting our small businesses and, you know, in any way that we can, even if it's just promoting them. And just letting people know that they're there, like this video that you're doing here, just letting them know that the Lips are here and they're doing great service, and you know, we'll get through this.
I think you're right here in the sense that you know, it's an off-used phrase, but it you know, it's an off-used phrase because it really says it, and that's a rising tide lifts all boats. And so you have to put your entrepreneurial silos aside sometimes and realize that if Peace and Plenty gets mentioned in Martha Stewart's Living Magazine, that helps everybody. If people visit Lake County, if you know, if a restaurant is successful in setting up outside and delivering great food, that'll encourage other restaurants to set up outside and deliver good food. You have to be capitalized. You have to adapt. You have to be resilient. And I think, you know, you know, everybody will come together and promote each other. I think if we share best practices too, that's something that can be done. I have a newsletter that I've done for 20 plus years called Happy Friday Neighbors. And now I have people from Lake County on it, as well as people from where we lived before. And what's really cool is they love hearing about Lake County. They love my stories because here's Mark Lips up here and, you know, with chickens and a tortoise and all of that. And they love hearing those stories. And now we've got people coming up here and they're going to see it. And these people never went past Napa. And then I love to promote locally owned business and fundraisers and all of that. And so you're right. I think we all just have to work to get the word out and promote others, you know, so pay it forward whenever you can.
And Mark,
you know, that's one thing I think we learned, that we do have to work together. And I've seen that just all across the county because we've all been through this. You haven't been through everything we've been through.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But we are absolutely amazing here and how we do come together. And when we do see a business or somebody thriving in another area promoting Lake County, we all celebrate. Just like you said, we celebrate each other's, you know, everything that's going on. So, you know, I really wish, and I can't wait for you to completely see Lake County and embrace everything we have here. I mean, just all the events we have every weekend and concerts in the park, and it's just absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to experience Lake County.
So
we've seen all the posters.
Yeah, Mark. Now, Mark, you're really involved in the business community in Manhattan Beach. Mm-hmm. And are you anticipating getting involved at that level here in the different organizations in Lake County?
I'm already an active member of the Lakeport Rotary. In fact, just had a Zoom call today, and I, on a couple of committees. I have sat in. I didn't this morning, but I sat in. A few of the TID calls, and I have my thoughts about that if we want to get political. But absolutely, I mean, this is the perfect place. You have to get involved. I've gotten involved with One Team, One Dream that is coming up with a small business being able to possibly present an idea and walk away with $15,000, which could be a life for a business. So absolutely want to get involved by all means. We've even I offered the TID, if we could get, and this is one thing I'd reach out to all your listeners, if you know anybody at the LA Times, which I should know somebody there, but at the San Francisco Chronicle or Sacramento Bee or any of those places, and if you can get them on a Zoom call, or better yet, get them to visit us, we'll offer up our space for free for them to stay and experience Lake County. And we'll get everybody around here to lay out the red carpet for them so that they're writing about us and talking about us. Now, you do have the 1% that wants to keep it a best kept secret, but you got to follow the money. If you want your small businesses and that small town appeal to continue, you've got to help them remain healthy. And the only way to make them healthy is people have got to keep coming in their doors and buying their products. And the only way to do that is more people have to know about it and people visiting here. Listen, if you plan ahead, it can still have, even with a larger tourism economy, that small town appeal. And that's what we really have to always concentrate on, is keeping that feel, that image, and not letting the potted palms and all of that take over what we know as Lake County. And so yes, I really want to help with all of that. And we're willing to give up our space for meetings, for anything that can bring people together to talk about how we can be a rising tide and lifting all our boats. And so know that too. We absolutely want to do that.
Excellent. That's awesome to hear. Tina, do you have any more questions for Mark and Tammy?
Well, I would like to know how to get a hold of you. How do we find out about your business? How do people know that you're here?
And
Well,
okay. I also want to add, since we're going to go with that one, tell us about what your offerings are, and are you going to have any special holiday offerings? So, everything that goes along with that. Tell us about you, where to find you, contact, and how we can support you.
absolutely. Well, our website is theripechoice.net. That is our website we've had forever, and it's transitioning over to the farm. It still has some things from Manhattan Beach on there, so you can see all the lovely things we've done over the years. But very popular here is our Facebook page, which is the Ripe Choice Farm and Catering. We're also a part of the Big Valley Small Farms Facebook page as well. But on our Facebook page, we have our current menus printed, things that we're offering that are seasonal. We'll be redoing our shelter in place menu because we will continue to create menus that are good for families, things that can be delivered, things that can hold up to rewarming if you're not eating it right away. That it can all be found on our Facebook page. We're also offering up now, since it's kind of the fall season, our custom cheese boards, cheese and charcuterie boards on that page. So anything that has to do with our food and what you can order and how to contact us would be those two places.
So
we also have some fun things around the farm. Like we have a table in the vineyard where we do vineyard chef's table, vineyard dinners. We do a farm to table breakfast for our guests that are here. And these are just outstanding. And not because I'm married to her. I mean, I'm telling you, these are incredible breakfasts and incredible dinners. And they're they're based on your food restrictions. And she then creates the menu, and everybody has been excited, and their reviews have been awesome. We just created a table, which is real fun, on the other side of the vineyard with a chandelier, solar powered chandelier that hangs out of the tree over the picnic table. And that's for, you can order a picnic, lunch, or dinner from Tammy and take it out to behind the vineyard and have a nice romantic time, and some serious alone time is probably where Tina should go. And we'll just send her a sandwich with her and go out there and work.
So I was looking at your website and I signed up for your newsletter where you're going to send out a quarterly newsletter about cooking tips and recipes and your different offerings. And I couldn't help but notice seeing a picture of you in the Stanley Cup.
Yes. Oh, that was so fun. We, back in Manhattan Beach in the LA area, the LA Kings were one of our clients. And that particular year, that 2012, I think that picture was from, they won the cup. And so Dustin Brown and his wife, Nicole, hired us, and we came over and did a private party with the team and got to kiss the cup. It was great. We did events for them, and they're just a great bunch of people. And my boys, or our boys, loved hockey as well and played hockey. So that was a special thing that mom got to do, right?
What's interesting is people always say, well, what do you make? What do you cook? She always says, I'm a full service caterer who loves mainly California cuisine, fresh California cuisine. And she has catered for lots of professional athletes, lots of celebrities, politicos, from Chris Wallace to actors such as Lily Tomlin and others. So very diverse and specific cuisines, and they all have just loved Tammy. And so it's anything, it's not a particular style other than fresh and healthy. And we try to promote the farm to table, farm to fork. And you just tell us your food restrictions and she will create the menu from there. So it's fun. People have fun with that here.
Well, I just want to really thank you for choosing Lake County. Thank you for investing here. Thank you for bringing your skill set here. This is so exciting. And I really can't wait, for us to get through this pandemic when we can have big events here and really experience all of your services.
Well, we want to have a grand opening whenever we get the chance. It opens up. I think that'll be 2029. Maybe, but we want to have a grand opening and invite all the people, first of all, that have given back to us, who have been so helpful in giving. We invite the people we've met, who supported us, and certainly all the people that have worked with us and our neighbors to join us, and just in having a big thank you celebration, grand opening, and really show off some of Tammy's skills. She's been written up in International Caterer magazine for her cheese displays, cheese and charcuterie displays, which you can't do now because they're just big pieces of art in the middle of the room made up of all this food you go and nibble at, and you can't do that now. Even though the wine commission did have her they hired her, she delivered for their Zoom call, which is fun, a cheese and charcuterie board, went to every board member, delivered to their home. And then, of course, the wine commission had wine there for them. And so on the Zoom call, everybody was eating cheese and charcuterie and drinking wine and all of that. I don't know if people want to hear that's what they were doing, but and it was fun. But, that's where we are. And it's, you just have to adapt.
Well, now I'm hungry and thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I so appreciate all of you coming together so we could have this little event here, and Tina and I could get out of our houses. It's it's a homeschool day, so it's nice to get a break from that and come out to your lovely farm. Anything else any of you would like to add before we get going?
So just like to welcome Tammy and Mark for, here to Lake County. Just welcome, and I'm excited. And it's, we always see the same faces everywhere we go helping out. So it's going to be nice to see two new faces around Lake County.
Yes.
Also we appreciate everything that you guys do. It is a thankless job, but what both of you have done and are doing now and will be doing, and it's I mean, thank goodness we have people who are willing to get up and put in that kind of time and energy, because it really is a thankless job, and you've got to have an armor plated skin sometimes to do that. But you guys are just seem to be really truly good people, and good at what you do, and so we look forward to working with you in the future too.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I know Tina and we both really believe in Lake County, and we are working as hard as we can to elevate this place that we love so much. And part of that is having new investors, new faces like you coming to this county and being contributors. And so we really thank you, we welcome you, and we want to support you. So
Thank you.
yeah, so that's it for today's Power of Community. Again, I'm Jessica Paiska, and I am running for District 5 Supervisor. If you want to reach out to me, you can send me an email at jessicapaiskaforsupervisord5@gmail. You can look at my website at jessicapaiskaforsupervisord5.com. So thanks so much, and thanks Mark, Tammy, Tina, thanks everybody for coming out here, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.